Is there a conflict within the Democratic Party between the Democratic Socialists of America and the institutional Democrats? Take a look at this.
The DSA calls for extreme left-wing policies, including replacing the President of the United States, replacing the U.S. Supreme Court, abolishing the U.S. Senate, defunding the Department of War, ending immigration and customs enforcement detentions and deportations, and amnesty for all illegal immigrants, among just a few things that they want to get done. The DSA co-chair, Megan Romer, is standing by the radical wish list.
Just give me sort of a true or false on these. Abolish the Senate.
True.
Okay. Replace the presidency and Supreme Court as we now know them.
Yep.
Abolish ICE.
Absolutely.
Abolish borders and give amnesty to anyone currently in the U.S. illegally.
As a long-term plan, yep.
Defund the Pentagon.
Absolutely.
Abolish prisons, at least in large part.
Yeah, again, that as part of a long-term program, yeah.
Okay, so no prisons. Government or public ownership of most large corporations.
Yeah, absolutely. The establishment Democrats should be worried about the voters and about what the voters think and about what the constituency thinks. And right now they have not been delivering, and our candidates are and have been, and it's resonating with voters.
I am tired of a set of people on the very far left in the Democratic Party, my party, telling us that in order for us to be progressives, we now have to believe ideas and support ideas that are completely nuts.
You got a set of defunding, decriminalizing, open borders. We have run that play and gotten our butts kicked. We don't need to do it a second time to see if it turns out, if the movie turns out any different.
There is a housing issue in the United States, but is the solution to this issue, this crisis, a proper partnership between the government and entrepreneurship? Take a look at this.
This is a story about solving the unsolvable. Housing affordability is a problem across the United States, not just in New York City.
It is nearly impossible today to find affordable housing in New York City. We face one of the most severe housing crises in American history.
But there's one major U.S. city that appears to be making real progress when others are struggling. Austin, Texas, once called Waterloo, a city that built its reputation on opportunity for the settlers of the Republic of Texas, and now for musicians, for entrepreneurs, and for young families. Everyone seems to have a theory about what makes this city so special. And naturally, so too does its mayor, Kirk Watson.
We're a very fortunate place in that the creativity and the innovation and a lot of the things that has made us successful arises out of what I consider to be a fountain of youth. Those universities every year bring thousands of young people with new thinking and new ideas, new music, greater diversity, all of the things that make the city pretty special. And then what happens is after about a year or so, they all say, ooh, I never want to leave.
On today's Countermove Podcast, we're going to analyze and talk about the pending conflict within the Democratic Party, and we're going to analyze the results of a proper joint venture partnership between entrepreneurship and local government. Let's get into this.
And I turn up to another level. We gon' give him all the praise, cause it ain't nobody better. We gon' turn up to another level. We gon' give him all the praise, cause it ain't nobody better. Can't help myself. When I get to praising up in this place, I lose my breath. I can't help myself. Why they party? I'm in here grinding. Money I'm stacking. Why they rock diamonds? I can't relate to them, ain't my shit common. I set a goal for me 2 or 3 commas. 7 figures, 8 figures to 9 figures. On a slow pace to get rich quick. Same time we just think different. When you make it, it hit different.
What it do, y'all? It's your partner Dale back in the saddle again for another edition of the Countermove Podcast here on Thursday evening, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with your partner. If you could do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe, guys. If I'm giving you some quality content, if you could, man, click on that bell, man, right there at the bottom, top, whatever it is on the platform that you're on. So when your partner comes live, you can come kick it with your mans. And anyway, guys, we have a good discussion for you guys today, guys. Man, hey, here's our topic for today. Here we go. Number one, guys. Hey, man, we have got. One second. That's the not one I wanted right there. Get rid of that one. Oh, no, wrong one. My bad, y'all. Let's go back. Now, here is what we'll talk about today, guys. Boom, here we go. Bow. Number one, man, is there a civil war within the Democrat Party? Man. Yeah, y'all been seeing what's going on with the Democratic Socialists of America and the Democrat Party from an institutional standpoint. Those moderate Democrats, man, some going with their party. Number two, guys, we're going to talk about the socialists, what their platform is, what they're really running on. Right, real talk. That's the big time. And number three, guys, in the Protect the Bag series, guys, we're going to look at the results of a proper public, private, or government, as well as entrepreneur partnership in solving the housing crisis. It's a little bit of a secret. It's in Texas. Yes, and it's not socialism. Capitalism, man, let's find this, guys. Here we go, guys. Right, all right. Here we go, guys. First one, guys. Diving our first topic real fast, guys. Here we go. Yo, the Democratic Socialists of America. We got to talk about them, guys, because they're making a pretty big push. And I got to say, their message is a lot more, it tickles the ears versus what the moderate Democrats party's talking about and the Republican party's talking about. We're going to talk about that, guys, all right? We're going to talk about what they believe and why they're getting influenced, but much, what is their platform? Because you hear the word affordability coming out a lot of the times. And that's great. I like the word affordability in the proper context, because we have to really analyze what they're really running on, guys, what they really want at the core of the issue, right? I'm a policies guy, right? I'm voting on policies, not party or ideology. It is strictly policies for your partner. All right, let's dive in this real fast, man. Number one, real quickly, and then we're going to hear directly from one of their co-chairs. All right, here it is. Here is the first video, guys. Here we go. Hold on a second. Here we go. Boom. Come on now. Come on. There we go. We got a show partner. Here we go. All right. Here we go, y'all. Let's get it right. Come on. Hide. My bad, y'all. Sorry about that. Anyways, let's dive in this one real quickly here. Boom. Now, here we go. Here is Shannon Bream on Fox, right? Shannon Bream on Fox. Now, I'm saying this right now because, to be honest with you guys, she did a really good interview with the co-chair of the Democratic Socialists of America. It was a great interview, right? It wasn't very contentious. It was cordial, but she asked some good questions. But let's hear from let me see if I got the right one real fast. Hold on one second, guys. Make sure I got the right one. No, I don't. That's the wrong one, guys. Is that the one?
Is pushing back.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here's the right one. Here we go. Here is her talking about this. Is this the right one, y'all? Hold on. Yeah, yes, sir. Here we go. Here it is. Here we go. Let's dive into it.
Back on the growing influence of the Democratic Socialist candidates, they say are ultimately going to hurt the Democrat Party. So let's talk about it with the national co-chair of the Democratic Socialists of America, Megan Romer. Megan, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me, Shannon.
Okay, so there's this growing conversation about whether you can exist within the party, whether you want to upend it for your own purposes, a totally different platform. The Daily Economy quotes you saying this at a DSA convention last year. We will win by making conditions so intolerable for the ruling class that they would rather give in to our demands than continue to live with the disturbance we cause until we are able to fully seize power ourselves. Is that aimed at the Democrat Party?
It's aimed from the working class to the ruling class. So the two-party duopoly, the two corporate parties, it is aimed at both of them, and it comes from the working class.
So should Van Jones and Rahm Emanuel and James Carville and all of the establishment Democrats be worried about DSA plans from within their tent?
The establishment Democrats should be worried about the voters and about what the voters think and about what the constituency thinks. And right now they have not been delivering, and our candidates are and have been, and it's resonating with voters.
So Jamie Harrison, who was the DNC chair after...
So right from the get-go, guys, she's talking about their message is resonating with voters a lot more than the established or moderate Democrats, right? It's what they would call the JFK Democrats. You mentioned Van Jones, James Carville, which is known as the Raising Cajun, right? Rahm Emanuel, the former mayor of Chicago, as well as the former, I think, chief of staff for Obama when he was the president. So Rahm Emanuel and Van Jones, and James Carville, these are not small fries. These are big time guys. Let's get good. We aren't through it. Let's get to it. Go on.
You guys had such a big night in New York City and knocking off some of those incumbents and having success with your candidates in the congressional primaries. He said, if you hate the Democratic Party, then don't run for our nomination. Don't use our resources. Don't rely on our volunteers. Don't use our infrastructure. Focus on building the party you actually support.
Wow.
Other Democrats out there saying, this is a separate party, the DSA. You don't belong within the party. How do you respond to his statements?
Wow.
There?
Yeah, I mean, the two parties have over years and decades created a system where ballot line access is extremely difficult for third parties. I also have been told a lot of times by Democrats, don't vote third party, it's wasting your vote. So we run on the Democratic ballot line where it makes sense. We run independents sometimes where that is a viable possibility, but it's a ballot line. And what matters is what the voters think. And the voters are overwhelmingly choosing our candidates.
They certainly did.
So she's saying that they are willingly picking the Democrat Party to run on, to be honest with you, because it's easier, right? So you get a rebuttal from the mainstay Democrats from an institutional standpoint, and she's saying, well, it's easier to run on that side. So, hey, basically mainstay Democrats do a better job of reaching out to voters. Not full transparency. They've only won 4 seats, right? As far as primary, I believe 3 in New York and 1 in Colorado. So they're not just like kicking it, but they do have a lot of steam behind them on the Republican side for sure, because the Republicans are using that as a way to run against, right? And also on some liberal outlets as well. Okay, we got to keep it 100. Here we go. Let's get to it.
In New York and in other places, Colorado and others, it's not just a big city phenomenon or just a blue coastal phenomenon. Sure. Okay, so we're going to put up on the screen a few of the things that are part of your platform, and I want to ask you, just give me sort of a true or false on these. Abolish the Senate.
True.
Huh?
Okay, replace the presidency and Supreme Court as we now know them.
Yep.
Damn.
Abolish ICE.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Abolish borders and give amnesty to anyone currently in the U.S. illegally.
As a long-term plan, yep.
Wow.
Defund the Pentagon.
Absolutely.
Abolish prisons, at least in large part.
Huh?
Yeah, again, that as part of a long-term program, yeah.
Okay, so no prisons.
Wow. No
Government
prisons.
or public ownership of most large corporations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Wow.
so then let's go back through some of those then. Abolish the Senate.
Wow. So guys, we got to look at this real fast before we have a girl, Shannon Bream, do what she does real quickly. Guys, number one, they want no prisons. Like, no prisons. Like, how does that make sense? How does that make sense? No prisons? Huh? And this, they want to expand the power of the House, eliminate the Senate, right? And they also want to eliminate the presidency, the executive branch, which is Article 1 and 2. They want to completely eradicate, right? Our Constitution. Literally. I'm not saying that. They're saying this on the screen. Like, this is, wow. No borders at all. Amnesty for everybody here legally. Like it's just, wow. Okay. This crazy town, y'all.
There are people who are in the Senate now who are very supportive of DSA.
Yes.
They lose their seats?
Oh, good question.
Well, the Senate is an anachronistic institution. It comes from the British House of Lords. It is made to protect power for, the Senate was part of the system that was made to make sure that the people didn't have too much of a say. So we want to expand Congress significantly, but make it a unicameral legislature.
Okay, and without the presidency and Supreme...
Stop. Whoa. We got some problems here. Because now she's saying that the Senate was created, the House of Lords, but she was saying that the Senate was created in part to lessen the voices of the people. I'm confused by this because of the fact that when it comes to the Senate, right, it doesn't matter how large the state is by population or land mass. Each state gets 2 senators. For instance, Texas is the second largest state in the union, right? Well, Delaware is significantly smaller than Texas, but Delaware and Texas both get 2 senators. The same thing for the largest state in our union, Alaska, because of land mass, right? And if you compare that to Rhode Island, right? Alaska is a lot bigger than Rhode Island from a population standpoint, from a landmass standpoint. But both states get 2 senators. Based on that context, what she said makes no sense at all. This is dumbassness. It makes no sense at all. Like, do they actually read? Like, she quoted history inaccurately, number one. But number 2, do they actually really read and understand the context of what they're reading? The answer is hell no. Like, this is laughable. What is this? What is this? Oh, no president, no judiciary, no judges. They just replace them how they want. They want to significantly enlarge the House. If you look at that, look how dumb this is. When it comes to the House has over 400, right? I think it's 438 or over 400 members, right? Now, Texas has more representation in the House than, let's say, Delaware, right? Alaska has more representation in the House than Rhode Island. That right there by itself destroys her argument. She's choosing the body, the House, as a foundation to say that has more representation. But if you look at the sheer numbers, it don't make no damn sense. Like, this is what's winning in the primaries? This type of thinking? Like, what is this? This is laughable. But y'all, it gets worse. It gets worse, y'all. Let's get into it.
To abolish ICE, would there be any enforcement of immigration laws, or with abolishing the border, we're not enforcing immigration laws, they go away?
Yeah, so again, this is part of this longer term plan, and part of it
but if you can get there.
If we can get to the place where the U.S. is not destabilizing countries in order to mine them for resources, there will be significantly less migration.
What do you say to those, that would potentially destabilize the U.S.? Because there's only so much the economy can bear, and when you have a flood of people coming in, it might not work out economically, according to a lot of analyses, if you just open up the borders and there's no enforcement at all.
Correct.
Well, we're not saying open the borders tomorrow. We're saying rebuild an economy and a society that works for everyone. And the open borders is part of a longer-term international plan that involves us stopping destabilizing countries. Most people who are coming to this country are coming as economic refugees, and we destabilized their country. We did that.
Well, a lot of, if you look
at
data, the Center for Immigration Studies says right now the households here in the U.S. that are headed up by people who are here illegally, nearly 61% of them are on some type of government or welfare program here in the U.S. Can we afford to do that? I mean, at some point you run out of resources.
Well, right now we make it very difficult for people to participate in society in such a way that they can avoid using services. So we want people to be able to work and live and go to school and actually participate, which means contributing to society and also getting what they need from society. It's a collective choice we can all make.
So if we talk about abolishing prisons, then does that make society better? I mean, is there anybody that should be incarcerated? I mean, rapists, child predators, murderers?
Yeah, so the long-term plan, when we think about most people who are in prison, they are mostly in prison for crimes of poverty. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the really, the murders and rapists of the world. So when we get rid of this need for crimes of poverty to exist, when we get rid of that destabilizing force that creates so many people who are living in desperate situations and doing desperate things, that brings those numbers down to very small numbers, and then we can collectively decide what we do with those people. I suspect it won't look like the prison system as we know it today.
Okay, but you do think some people need to be locked away from society?
Some people are not able to be functional members of society. That's true. But what does that look like to keep the rest of us safe? We're talking about safety. We're not talking about punishment. We're talking about making sure that we're safe, everybody's safe, everybody maintains their dignity, and everybody maintains their humanity.
Okay, so much more to discuss. I hope that you will come back, especially as we figure out what the party does with respect to you, meaning the Democrat Party, in your role in it, and in 2028 especially. Megan Frommer, thank you.
Wow. It just seems to be that on the Democratic Socialists of America side, there's a lot of, I call it utopia thinking. In other words, we are the world, we are the children, peace and love. Everybody's okay. Everything is the U.S. is guilty of everything. But the strange thing about it is they kept saying the U.S. destabilized these areas. Okay. Or they kept blaming the U.S. Here's my question. Why don't you leave? If the U.S. is so bad, why don't you go? There's other countries out there. Now you may point to what the U.S. destabilized those areas. Okay, go to the area that's not destabilized. I disagree with your premise in all fashion, but go to a country that's not destabilized by the U.S. based on your context. Why won't you leave? I don't understand. If the U.S. is so bad and so fascist, whatever word you use, which I disagree, why don't you leave? I don't know. I guess that's a dumb question. But it is what it is, guys. Now, let's go to the next topic real fast, guys, man. To the next topic. That is a very, very, they really are something. All right, let's go to our next topic, guys, real quickly here. Our next topic for today, guys, is, give me one sec here. There we go. Boom. Now, let's look at the conflicting ideas within the Democrat Party. Okay. Is there a civil war going on? Okay. Is there one? Don't know. But between the DSA, which is the Democratic Socialists of America, versus the institutional or moderate Democrats, that is a pretty, I think, a very wise thing to ask. So, if that's the case, let's bring in some well-established moderate Democrats in some form or fashion. All right. Real quickly. Now, we're gonna bring it. We're gonna go back to Shannon Bream's show because you played a segment up front of a couple mainstay Democrats, and then we're gonna bring in another mainstay Democrat, which I have a great respect for, and we'll let him talk about his perspective on what the Democratic Socialists of America are pitching as a message under the Democrat umbrella. Okay? Unedited. All right, let's get it in. Here we go. Let's get it.
I am tired of a set of people on the very far left in the Democratic Party, my party, telling us that in order for us to be progressives, we now have to believe ideas and support ideas that are completely nuts.
You've got a set of defunding, decriminalizing, open borders. We have run that play and gotten our butts kicked. We don't need to do it a second time to see if it turns out, if the movie turns out any different.
Prominent Democrat.
So again, that is Van Jones, as well as Rahm Emanuel, saying that the ideas the Democratic Socialists of America are pitching is not working or will not work. Matter of fact, they even say that they will actually lose with that message. They'll lose. Now, let's bring in another Democrat. His name is Harold. I got a lot of respect for Harold, man. He and I don't agree on everything. I have a lot of respect for this man. What he says here, I ain't gonna give it any type of teaser. I want you guys to hear what he says, and you be the judge. This is response, right, to the messaging and the platform that the Democratic Socialists of America are running on. All right, let's get to it. Here we go.
Be with everybody. I said yesterday, and I've said for many days, that there's a strange, unorthodox streak going through the party, and I would argue the country in some ways, but it's manifesting itself here, where people think that you shouldn't have to work, that you shouldn't have to pay some dues to get to where Oprah is, to get to where Jesse is, to get to a point in life.
I'm not on Oprah level yet.
To achieve the things you want to achieve in life.
You're more like
I listened to Bernie Sanders, and for the life of me, I've listened to him over the years. I've never heard him campaign for no prisons, no police, no borders, and pro-Hamas. I've heard him talk about Medicare for all. I've heard him talk about raising the minimum wage, and I give him some credit. We've seen the minimum wage increase over the many years, and he's been saying that for a while. But if he firmly believes that the economic anxieties of the country, particularly Democrats and independents alike, are going to be addressed and satisfied, because the American people are not being ambiguous at all about what they want. They want lower prices. They want not forever wars. They want their kids to have better futures and an opportunity to achieve the American dream. No prisons, no borders, pro-Hamas, no Senate, none of that I've ever heard Bernie talk about. So in some ways, I feel bad for him, because he's embracing people, embracing ideas that he knows has no place in the American political system. But here's where I have to be critical. Senator Sanders, you have to denounce that. At the end of the day, for us to get to where we want economically, your ideas and my ideas, we differ. I think we should have no taxes on the first $75,000 for people who work. I think we ought to end the president's tariffs to lower prices. I think we ought to give kids who have perfect attendance in public schools each semester another $500 for their Trump accounts, or whatever we want to call them. I'm not for Medicare for all, but you know what? I don't believe you're for no police. I don't believe you're for no prisons. You are better than that. Those on your side who believe in those things, stand up against those who are going to undermine our ability to win. You said it best. Janie, you said it best. We're 15 points behind with the fellow in Michigan, who probably is a nice guy, but he doesn't deserve to be in the U.S. Senate if he can't win. Haley Stevens, this is not a campaign, this is not an ad for her. My only point is, in order to do the things we want to do on the economic front, we have to win. And people who are advocating for no prisons, no police, no borders, eliminate the Senate, and pro-Hamas, that's not what the majority of the American people want. If we nominate those people, Greg, I know we may differ around the table of my party where we all stand on some of these issues. We Democrats will deserve to lose if these are the people that we put up to run in the fall.
You know,
I couldn't say it better. Harold, brother, hand clap of praise, man. Got a lot of respect for Harold. What the moderate Democrats are saying is that the platform that the Democratic Socialists of America are running on are essentially anti-American, and they are. They are. If you're wanting to eliminate the executive branch and the Senate, that is not a mainstay type of platform. You essentially want to eradicate the Constitution. That's what you're wanting to do. And you're wanting to, as Harold actually said here, guys, is you don't want any policing. You want to defund the Department of War. Get rid of ICE. Open borders. Amnesty for everybody here illegally. Like, you want to completely eradicate our entire system. So what you want to do? That makes no sense. And these mainstay Democrats are saying that makes no sense. And I agree with Van Jones. I agree with Harold. I agree with Rahm Emanuel. It don't make no sense. You guys ran on defunding the police and got your behinds destroyed. You did. You got bum rushed. You want to do it again? And another question, as a Democrat Party as a whole, guys, why in the world do these socialists seem very comfortable with running under your umbrella? It's clear. My man Harold here, that's why he's on the screen. He's not in agreement with this. But it seems to be that you guys are comfortable with these guys running under your umbrella. The question I gotta ask, guys, is why? Why are they so comfortable? Obviously, you guys you don't like defunding Department of War, which means we have no Army, no Navy, no Marines, no Air Force, no nothing, no National Guard, nothing. They want to get rid of all that. Get rid of the presidency, rid of the Senate, amnesty for everybody, no prisons. Like they want to completely burn the Constitution. That's what socialists, that's communism. So again, Democrats, I got to ask the question. Why do these guys feel so comfortable running under your umbrella? And for those moderate Democrats, those Van Joneses, those Rahm Emanuels, right? Those Harolds, right? Let's start running those type of candidates. So they bring the best ideas to the table and debate those. Not these dumb ideas. Like, these are dumb. But I digress, guys. Wow. Is there a civil war between the Democrat Party and within the Democrat Party? Yes, it is. What's it going to yield? I don't know. We're going to see. We'll see, guys. We're going to see. Man, that was a very interesting section, guys. All right. Well, guys, let's go ahead and go to our last, guys. Our last one. We actually have a series that we do called Protecting the Bag. Here we go. Let's go ahead and talk about Protecting the Bag. Here we go. Let's get it. Network hustle. All right, guys. This is our Protecting the Bag series, guys. Our segment right here, man, where we take an issue that's actually succeeding, and we give you a different perspective on what it is, and we talk about how it's succeeding. So let's dive into this segment here, guys. Man, we're gonna talk about the housing solutions. You know, your partners in real estate development, private equity finance. That's what I do, right? And we're gonna look at, right? There's always talk about government not being in business and entrepreneurs usurping a lot of the regulations to get things accomplished, and both could be true at the same time, right? But what would it look like if government and entrepreneurship shook hands together and solved a problem properly? What would it look like? Well, there is a local government and developers, entrepreneurs, that this is actually working well. And I gotta say, I was actually wrong about this city. Initially, I was correct. This is during the COVID years. Then they pivoted. And I missed the pivot, right? So guys, and it's in Texas. Yeah, I'm saying hook them on. Yep, yeah, hook them. Let's dive in this real fast, guys, and look at what's going on in the city of Austin, Texas. And let's see what their city actually did to begin addressing, right, this issue real quickly, all right? Let's dive in this real quickly, man, and see what's going down. I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised of what we hear, all right? Let's get into it.
This is a story about solving the unsolvable. Housing affordability is a problem across the United States, not just in New York City.
It is nearly impossible today to find affordable housing in New York City. We face one of the most severe housing crises in American history.
But there's one major U.S. city that appears to be making real progress when others are struggling. Austin, Texas, once called Waterloo, a city that built its reputation on opportunity for the settlers of the Republic of Texas, and now for musicians, for entrepreneurs, and for young families. Everyone seems to have a theory about what makes this city so special. And naturally, so too does its mayor, Kirk Watson.
We're a very fortunate place in that the creativity and the innovation and a lot of the things that has made us successful arises out of what I consider to be a fountain of youth. Those universities every year bring thousands of young people with new thinking and new ideas, new music, greater diversity, all of the things that make the city pretty special. And then what happens is after about a year or so, they all say, ooh, I never want to leave.
So right there, guys, what we see off the rip, guys, is government partnering with entrepreneurs, right? The thinking, the problem solving ideas of entrepreneurship, right? And they begin to reason together, right? And prescribe the right solutions. Now, watch how this unfolds, right? Watch how it unfolds to see how they begin to pivot and to address the housing problem down in Austin. And if you know of any city officials, have them watch this, right? Have them watch this and say, do what they're doing, right? Here we go. Let's get into it. Let's go.
But as the pandemic fueled remote work and companies moved to Austin, there was an influx of new residents, pushing the housing market to the breaking point. Rents jumped roughly 25% in a single year, one of the biggest increases in the nation. Take us back to the time coming out of the pandemic when you were taking a second run at being mayor of Austin. What was the housing situation in Austin at that time?
Well, the housing situation was one that was pretty dire. Because of Austin's rapid growth and supply and demand, we were about 15% above, I think, the national median or national average on what it costs to live, to rent in Austin, Texas. We knew that our affordability had become a really bad issue.
So Mayor Watson turned to one of the oldest rules in economics. When demand is rising fast, look for ways to increase supply.
The programs really started with a couple of pretty basic thoughts. One was we needed to address red tape. We needed to get out of our own way. And in fact, what I did is I...
Whoa. Wow. Get this, guys. Get this. The first thing that he looked at was government being in the way. What you say, Chuck? That was the first thing that came out of his mouth. Government being in the way. Regulation, otherwise known as red tape. We call that self-examination. Accountability, character. Interesting. Let's keep going, guys. Here we go.
We partnered up with McKinsey Consulting. And they came in and did a top to bottom, soup to nuts review of our site planning process. The city itself was adding about $10,000 a month to the cost of a single family home.
Damn. Whoa. Did you hear it? They invited in a, get this now, private company that specializes in auditing. Opened up the books and said, hey, let us know what we can't see. We got a problem here we got to solve. Whoa. And they found out that they were adding $10,000 a month to the development cost for the developers. So they said, wait a minute, we are an impediment to the very audience that we need to assist us in solving this problem. Wow. Now get this, guys. And the mayor is a Democrat. He's a Democrat, y'all. What you say, Chuck? Yes, let's keep going. It gets gooder. It gets gooder. Let's get into it.
And it was causing more than $500,000 a month to multifamily.
Wow.
Well, you can't, out of one side of your mouth, say you're for affordability, and out of the other side of your mouth, be getting in the way. And then, of course, the second big area is land use itself and how we make it so that people can use the land and build what they need to build.
On the question of land use, what reforms did you enact? I suppose this is in terms of things like density.
Yeah, density is one of the big ones. I guess the way I would approach this is I would start with density in the sense that single-family zoning really allowed for one unit on a single-family zoned lot. We came in and through what we called our home initiative, we changed that to allow by right 3 units on even a single-family zoned lot.
Wow.
And then the second thing we did is, again, this will help with density. What we did is we changed the minimum lot size. In Austin, our minimum lot size when I came into office was 5,750 square feet. That was the minimum lot you could build on. Well, it doesn't take much land use understanding to realize that what that means, if you got to have that big a lot, then you're going to need to build a big house. You're going to need to build a McMansion. That's the only way it makes any sense. But if you have the ability to have 3 by right and you reduce the minimum lot size, which we did, to 1,800 square feet, from 5,750 to 1,800, now you can start building what I was talking about a minute ago, those starter homes. You can build smaller homes and it makes economic sense. The market can react to that in an appropriate way.
Wow. Wow. Hand clap of praise. Hand clap of praise. I see my man John W. McGuire is in the building over there on Instagram. What's up, babe? How you doing, big time? One of the best wealth managers on the market. Follow John W. McGuire. That's my dude, baby. Man, this is what I call proper public and entrepreneur partnership. Did you hear what this Democrat mayor said about the city of Austin, and the detail that he said that solved the density problem? Oh, wonderful. As well as the multifamily problem. Hand clap of praise, man. Golly, Governor Abbott, bruh, y'all actually live in the same city, Austin, Texas. And hey, bruh, hey, man, bring all of the mayors together, right? And make Austin a case study on density and solving the housing issues, right? Because you know they got issues in Houston, got issues in Dallas, got issues in San Antonio, other areas, guys, right? Because people are coming in. A case study. Matter of fact, if you are in a liberal city, call my mans in them, right? Call him and allow for him to teach you how Austin is a liberal city, super liberal. But what he just described, guys, solved the housing crisis for any type of city. Wonderful. And how they invited, I love what he did. They became transparent, naked, unashamed, right? opened up the books and said, hey, we need some help here. Invited in entrepreneurship. They actually went through the books and said, you have problems here, prescribed the solution. Then they brought in, right? The city brought in developers to say, hey guys, what's your issue? And they let them know what the issue was. They found out that they were actually adding $10,000 a month in regulations, right, to developers. They eliminated that. They also changed when it came to lot size. When it came to densities, they eliminated that. They also solved the multifamily side to where they can actually have more duplexes there and triplexes there. This is amazing. This gentleman right here, he is right there. That's a bad picture. Hold on, let me get a good picture of him. That's the mayor of Austin. Awesome work, but hand clap for praise, man. God dang. Wow. Do you understand what this has done for people? Do you understand? People can now afford homes now because he said starter homes, not mansions, not mini mansions. What's a good starter home? I got you. What's a good starter home real quick, Sam? What's a good starter home? One second. Bring it back to me. Bring it back to your partner, man. What's a good starter home, guys? Simple. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage, 1,500 square feet. Starter home. 322, 1,200 square feet. Starter home. 3-2, carport. No a garage, but you have a carport. 1,200 square feet. Starter home. Like this is amazing, guys. Amazing what he just talked about. Oh my God. You talking about how that's why I always say government should not be a player in the game. There should be a referee in the game. And what this mayor just said that the city of Austin did was textbook of how a city or a government should be a referee and not a player in the game. And allow for the free market itself with the proper regulations, right? And the regulations that are put in place was to ensure the safety of the citizens, not to adhere the expansion of the entrepreneur. Perfect. Great. Public, private, or government entrepreneurship partnership to solve a problem. If Republicans, Democrats, if you really want to stop being selfish from a federal, state, county, and municipality or city, guys, invite in the Fortune 1,500, 100 companies and allow for them to assist in you guys partnering together to solve problems, not to fight, right? Not to control, right? But to solve problems. You'll be amazed at how happy that you'll make your constituents. And I would say you probably win more elections without having to spend it all. You said, look at our record. Wonderful, guys. Wonderful, guys. Phenomenal, guys. Phenomenal. My word. It's just, what I'm saying, guys, is if we can begin to honestly put down our flags, right? Our flags, Republican and Democrat, and look at each other just as humans, you'll be amazed at what we can solve. Amazed. The first shall be last, and last shall be first. If you really want to become influential, learn how to outserve one another. When you wound somebody, own it. And then work hard to make it right. Communicate well. Accept the criticism. But invite in the accountability, guys. Accept the constructive criticism. And then build together. You'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. You will be. You'll be amazed. My, will you be amazed? But guys, man, this was a good show. A good show. A wonderful show, in my opinion, guys, man. Also, guys, tomorrow we have Real Estate Friday Live tomorrow, guys. Real Estate Friday Live, to where me and Cliff will be back in the saddle again tomorrow, guys. Here is a little bit of a taste of what you'll get with Real Estate Friday Live. Here, let's get to it. Sir, there's a GC right there, Cliff.
Go. It's piers. We got concrete piers and wood piers.
Yes, sir.
Checklist. Look, check out the checklist.
Yes,
we got it for everything we need.
Yes, sir.
Right, you forget some things sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to outline. Make sure you hit every single thing. What's the foundation, plumbing, electric, painting, flooring, everything. So you don't miss anything.
Okay.
You want to make sure you get all your checks.
Okay. I want to introduce you guys to Cliff Hunter. Cliff is a world-renowned flipper. He actually flips. He's also a GC as well. He's a good contractor. When it comes to all of our renovations, all over the nation, you'll talk to this guy right here. All right, guys, tomorrow at 5 p.m. on all platforms, we have Real Estate Friday Live. We call it the Investor's Edge, right? It'll be me and Cliff. We're going to be talking about real estate strategies as well as crypto as well. And we talk about a strategy you can actually implement today and make 5, 10, 20, 30 grand on your next deal, guys. All right. So again, Real Estate Friday Live at 5 p.m. CST. Come kick with your partner. Also, guys, real quickly, we are launching the interview series, guys. The Countermove Podcast, the interview series. Here is a little sneak taste of what you can get there as well. Here we go. One of the many questions that I receive is, Liddell, how do I get into those rooms? Well, this interview series is just for you. So welcome to the room.
We on now. They respect us cause we on now. Money up, run a whole town, don't we? This power money can't slow down. Money won't slow down. Ooh, we doing a lot. How we got on top. How we got on the top. Network and hustle.
Guys, that's the Countermove Podcast, the interview series, man. That's going to be a phenomenal series. We're lining up, I guess, real quickly. I think you're going to like it. You're going to like it a lot. A lot, in my opinion. All right, guys. Guys, man, that's all I have for today. If you do me a favor, guys, if you could, do me a favor, man. Hey, like and share and subscribe, guys. We have a lot of people that actually love what the content that we're doing. And if it adds any value to you, please subscribe. It helps us out, man, when it comes to the algorithm. And if you really want to keep in tune with us, guys, click on the bell so when we become live, you'll get to kind of see what's going on with us, guys, real quickly, guys. And when everything goes well, you get it's great. Also, real quickly, if you guys want to ask me any questions at all, I always get DM questions, which is fine. I respond to my DMs when I have some time. If you truly want to get in touch with me, guys, you can connect with me one-on-one. The app called Manect, guys. Manect, real quickly, guys. Click on that. You can send me a video conference, video mail, text message, you name it. You can connect me right there on my neck, guys. And it's me responding, not a bot. Also, guys, real quickly here, we are giving away our free ebook called, I don't like how that looks, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. I want the other view. My bad, y'all. Ooh, where did it go? If you're wanting our free ebook called Distressed Property Investing, guys, it's how you can locate distressed properties in your city, county, or state anytime you want to, guys. It's right there. You click on the screen. You can scan on the QR code right there on the screen, guys. Right there on the screen. I'm trying to change. There we go. That's better. I like that better, guys. If you want we're getting ready a free ebook called Distressed Property Investing, guys. It's very simple. If you're wanting to learn how to locate distressed properties in the city, county, state, or really nationwide, really just city and county, guys, click on the link below, scan on the QR code right there on the screen. It's right there, guys. And you go download it. It is free, guys. I was telling about it. You make your money on when you buy, not when you sell. It's real simple, guys. Lastly, guys, also, I've been talking about something called digital banking, guys. Guys, if you know what's going on, banking has deregulated. I'll say it again. Banking has deregulated, right? What that means for you is you can choose to go through a traditional brick and mortar, right, bank, or digital bank. Let me give you an example of a digital bank. You have SoFi, it's a digital bank. Chime, Venmo, those are digital banks itself. Now, what's happening, guys, is they're trying to increase their footprint. And what happens is you can partner with them when it comes to building a footprint. Let me give you an example, guys. The average American uses their debit or credit card or their phone for when it comes to paying 30 times a month, right? Let me give you an example. What if you were actually making a nickel every time someone swipes their credit or debit card or uses their phone? Most by that one American who's swiping 30 times to 10 times, 10 Americans, 50 Americans, 100, 1,000, 10,000. Do you see the power, right? That's just one service that you can benefit from, right? Again, this is free information. You can go look at it for free and see if it works best for you. I don't know if it does, but I just know that when deregulation happens, and I'm using the word deregulation myself, there's a change in an industry, right? There's a wealth shift all the time. You saw that when it came to long distance. You saw that when it came to internet. You saw that when it comes to .com. You saw that when it came to electricity. The same thing happens here. Now you're looking at it in banking. Just saying, guys. Scan on the QR code, guys. If you want to, click on the link below in the show notes, guys. Or you can comment the word banking, and my team will send you out that same thing there, guys. All right? All right, guys. Thanks so much for your time, guys. That's all I have for today, guys. Whew. That's been a good one, guys. All right, guys. Well, man, I love to see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. All right? Well, guys, God bless you. You know I end it every single time before you leave, baby. While you can. You see that thing. Take that damn picture and give it to your mama them. Holla spot. God bless you guys. See you guys tomorrow. All right, y'all. Peace.
Bill Gates once said, banking is necessary. Banks are not. To what extent could AI or fintech replace traditional banks?
I think, first of all, I remember him saying banks are dinosaurs. I spoke to him about it in 1997, and he was dead wrong. He'd probably agree to that. But he's not wrong. The technology changes everything. And if anyone is complacent or arrogant or think that because you have a big position today, you can have a big position tomorrow, that's a mistake. But then you have to define what is banking. Someone's going to have to hold the money. Someone's going to have to move the money. Someone's going to have to raise the money. Someone's going to have to do research, around money. Those services will still be around. And, hopefully we're doing it and using a lot of tech to do a better job at it. But I've always thought it's very possible that some tech thing, disintermediates a piece of that. And I've been writing about, big tech going to our business. We got fintech, but we also have big tech, and they will embed payment systems in there. I'm not against that. I would be against unfair use of their position to dominate us in a business.
That was the chairman and CEO of JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon, talking about how banking is changing, and it's kind of a small threat to the brick and mortar banks. Banking is becoming digital, and you can see how he is responding. Now, it's kind of like the banking industry is deregulating. That term is not new. It's very common. Now, whenever there's a deregulation or a change in something, opportunity actually happens. I'll give you an example. The average American swipes their debit or credit card or uses their phone 30 times a month. Now, what if you were actually making a nickel per swipe as the average American goes about their day? Now multiply that total times 10 people, 20, 100, 1,000 people. You're getting paid per swipe. That's just one banking service. This is called banking as a service. And it's taking up a lot of steam. It's becoming very popular. If you want more information about digital banking or banking as a service and how you can potentially benefit from this type of deregulation, click on the link below or comment the word banking and I'll see you the information. You are one decision away from changing the entire trajectory of your life. Stay blessed and holla at your partner.
Okay, so you did fixes and flips first, or were they? Now it sounds like you're more buying whole. Okay, so you're wholesaling first. Okay,
because I was broke. I had no credit, I had no money, so I had to get some money coming in. So I learned how to do wholesale.
And you were doing wholesaling at the good time too.
2000.
When it wasn't so saturated. There was.
I kind of saw the debacle coming. Okay, it didn't make any sense. I was like, wait a minute, how can you lend out to retail buyers 99.7%?
Yeah,
just a little bit of a down tick. It's insolvent.
And you got to remember, in some states, because I lived in Florida at the time, you could have loan to value above 100% of your property.
Right.
The first property that I bought, it was 110%. We left the bank with like $30,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was amazing to me. I was like, why am I not doing this all the time? But then clearly 08, 09 let me know why people shouldn't have been doing that all the time.
08, 09, that's why I made a lion's share of my money.
Wow, okay.
Actually running from the cows, I was running to it.
Of course.
Because I saw it was coming.
Okay.
A lot of my business colleagues back then were buying flippers.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was wise for me to share 50% of my profit with Uncle Sam. He didn't do no work.
Okay.
So why would I give him free money?
Of course.
Okay, how can I make sure I'm still legal, but keep the lion's share of the cash flow?
Of course.
So I began studying the tax code with my accountants and CPAs, and I said, okay, I'm going to buy a whole lot of properties. Now watch this. I actually buy a lot of properties. I take home money when I actually acquire it. Every single time.
Okay, you need to break that down just a little bit.
If you'd like to learn how successful real estate investors make money when they acquire real estate, but not when they sell it, click on the link below, swipe up, DM me the word to real estate to download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed. I'll let your partner and download the ebook today.